What's up, diggity gangster?
So you want to move abroad. These are the 8 things you must do before you move.
Hey Expat fam, I'm Matteo, this is Micha, and we are the Global Expats.
So because we've moved countries so many times, we thought it would be helpful to put together a little video for you on the top things you need to take care of before you move overseas. And we hope you find it super helpful and informative.
We are going to do individual videos on most of the points that we talk about to break them down with more detail. But right now, we're just going to summarize what is necessary. All right, so the most important thing that you have to take care of are visa requirements.
So if you don't take care of your visa before you leave your home country, the rest of this list pretty much doesn't mean anything, because the visa is the main way you are going to live and work in your new country.
How do you know what visa you need? Well, you're going to have to use the trusty friend we all have called Google. After choosing a country that you want to go to, you're going to have to Google the visa requirements for that country and if you are eligible to actually work and stay there.
Now, there are different types of visas. There's things from a work visa where a company would sponsor you to come. There's study visas if you wanted to go and maybe do a master's degree or a PhD. Or if you are married to somebody or in a serious committed relationship, you can also get a partner visa. But these all depend on which country you choose and which avenue you would take.
Pretty much every visa we've come across and all our friends and family have come across require you to apply for the visa before you leave your home country. You cannot rock up to the new country and then try and go through the process whilst you're there. Next up, you're going to want to find and join Facebook groups of other expats that have actually moved to the country you're looking to move to and have gone through the process that you are going through. This way, they'll be able to answer a lot of your questions and you'll be able to gain a lot more information that will help you along your journey.
These Facebook groups will also help you make new friends in your new country before you even get there, as well as ease some of that discomfort and nervousness you're feeling about your big move.
Next up, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to take with you
and what you're gonna leave behind. So a pretty solid way to start this process is just make a checklist, either written or on your phone or somewhere, of the things you think you're gonna need. And as you start to pack and you start weighing your bags and realizing how much space you do or do not have, that's when you really can start eliminating and deciding what's actually important and what you kind of just were taking just to take. So probably like many of you, I am also attached to my material possessions. It is very hard when you realize that you don't have space or weight in your suitcase to take all of your things. So you really have to pick and choose carefully. But on the bright side, most of the times the things that you're sad that you have to leave behind, you actually forget exist. I come back home like every year, every 2 years, and I totally forgot that I left this stuff at home. So don't worry, you will be okay. Just take what you need. And remember, they do have grocery stores. Some countries have Amazon. Don't freak out. You know, if you gotta leave like your Nespresso machine behind, there's a good chance you can get another one in your home country. So let that ease your mind.
So the next thing you're going to want to look up is health insurance. Once again, you're going to have to use your trusty friend Google and figure out what it's like in the country you're going to move to. Each country's health insurance obviously differs, and some countries might provide it for you, some might not. And maybe just by you working for a company, you are essentially registered as part of their national health service. That way you already sorted out one of your problems.
And again, this is where we recommend asking in the Facebook groups. So if you do ask other expats in those Facebook groups, maybe what plans they're signed up for, if it's not with a company, this is where you can really get some helpful information from people who went through the same exact thing trying to sort out their health insurance.
Next up, you like that, eh? Where on earth are you going to live? Okay, well hopefully if you're getting employed by a company and they bringing you across the world to work for them, they're going to assist you in trying to figure out a place to stay. Just like Emily in Paris.
He loves that show.
Oh, calm down. She's watched it 3 times, this girl. 3 times.
We're in lockdown. What else is there?
So a big benefit about apartment hunting is that you can actually do it before you even leave your home country. you can just take a look to see how much a general apartment would cost, a 1 bedroom, a studio, and get an idea of what you can kind of aim your budget at.
And don't stress yourself out thinking like you need to find a lease and an apartment before you leave your home country. We always rent an Airbnb for a month because they actually give you a discount if you rent for a month. And at least that way you have a place to stay while you go apartment hunting, and you actually get to go to these apartments in person to make sure they're legit. So next up on our list is all things money. So when you get to your new country, it might take some time to set up a bank account in that country. So ask your bank back home what affiliate banks they have overseas. Because if you need to draw out cash, if you go to your affiliate bank, your fee for withdrawing is much lower than if you were to just go somewhere at random. So look into all of these things just so you're not wasting money for no reason.
That way, you can spend your money at the pub.
So we definitely recommend looking into a credit card that has 0 foreign transaction fees. If you don't already have one, you need to get one. The one I've been using for years is the Chase Sapphire. And I've said it before and I'll say it again because it's still true. That card is metal and I feel like a baller when I use it. Be sure to call and tell your banks and your credit card companies that you are going overseas, because I've been in the situation before where I haven't done that and I've gone to swipe my card for something and my bank blocks it right away because they think it's a fraudulent charge. So just notify them that you're going overseas so you're not stuck, unable to use your cards.
And if you're not from the States, well, go to your local bank and actually ask them what type of travel cards do they have. Because in South Africa, I know we get travel passports, or what they're called, and it's just a little debit card that you can preload and actually use anywhere in the world without having any fees. Next up, you're going to want to sort out your phone plan or a SIM card. This can be as simple as landing in the new country and literally walking from one cellular shop to another to see who will offer the best deal. Majority of the time, these cellular shops will literally have one option for the English speakers, and it'll be just what you need for your new country.
And if you're American and you're watching this video, you have to check with your phone provider if your phone is unlocked to use an international SIM when you move, because a lot of the times they will unlock it for you, but you have to pay off the balance that remains on your phone. And if you have a brand new iPhone, which happened to me, that is a lot of money that I didn't know that I had to shell out just so I could put an Italian SIM in my phone. Phone carriers in the US do oftentimes have international plans, which works if you're going for like a week vacation somewhere. But when you're moving countries, this ends up being more expensive than just getting a new SIM in your new country. If you're worried about losing your number in your home country, I definitely recommend looking into Google Voice before you move, because you can actually transport your phone number onto Google Voice for only it's like a small fee, but then at least it saves your number so that when you do come back home, you still have access to it. But you have to take care of it before you go.
Now, what about your budget? So we cannot give you an exact budget amount for where you're going because every country is different and there are a whole bunch of little details that'll be different in between that. But once again, if you use Google and those Facebook groups, you'll be able to get a roundabout average figure of the cost of living in the country that you're going to. And that way you'll be able to finally start to piece together what your budget might actually be.
Keep in mind that your home currency might be different in the country that you're moving. Sometimes your currency is going to be weaker and you can't get as much, but sometimes it might be stronger, and that can really help you out. So be sure to keep an eye on the currency conversion because it does fluctuate daily and it may impact your budget.
Okay, so since it is 2021 and this is our first video of 2021, we're gonna have to bring up the elephant in the room, coronavirus. So things are changing and new rules are being made. So you would want to just keep an eye on the rules and regulations of the new country that you're going to, because they might require certificates of vaccines or tests and other related stuff. I'm not a scientist or doctor, so just be sure to Google that stuff before you go. If you'd like some more expat related tips, click on our playlist above, and that way you'll be able to fully prepare yourself for your big move.
We hope this video helped you. If you got value out of it, be sure to give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but that wouldn't be very nice.
And if you have any questions, leave us a comment below, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.